wait for a ranking title with victory here over Luca Brecel by
finals you will ever see, and it's Mark King at the age of 42 who beat
great snooker player over the years, but make no mistake, he's played.
And they even shake hands, so remarkable were the circumstances.
The emotional moment, Mark Selby became champion. One of the most emotional moments in snooker history came in the 2022 BitVictor English Open, when Mark Selby made an 87-0 break to defeat Luca Brecel. Selby was clearly emotional after the match. Mark Selby is a true snooker champion, and he is always there to support his fellow players. His love and support for the game is one of the most heartwarming things about snooker.
Mark Selby, 87,
he's missed the pink, but who cares? Mark Selby is driving home for Christmas with the Steve Davis Trophy. He ends a 20-month wait for a ranking title with victory here over Luca Brecel by
Robert Milkins' emotional title-winning break. The 2023 BitVictor Welsh Open Final, where Robert Milkins won his second career ranking title by beating Sean Murphy 9-7 in the final. He came up big in the final, playing some of his best snooker of the season. The highlights of the final, including Milkins' emotional reaction to winning the match. They would end with a message about the importance of perseverance and determination. It would show how Milkins was able to overcome his recent struggles to achieve his dream of winning a ranking title.
And what a performance by the Milkins.
64.
And that's it. Give me a hand, Robert.
Kyren Wilson's emotional Crucible triumph. 2020 World Snooker Championship semi-final between Kyren Wilson and Anthony McGill. The match went to a deciding frame, which was the longest frame of the tournament at the time. Wilson eventually won the frame, and he was visibly emotional after the match. He broke down in tears as he celebrated his victory. The highlights of the deciding frame, including Wilson's emotional reaction to winning the match. It would show how Wilson was able to overcome his recent struggles to achieve his dream of winning at the Crucible.
Kyren Wilson tries to end it here, and that pink takes him into the final.
Kyren Wilson.
Mark King's emotional first ranking title. Mark King's victory in the 2016 Northern Ireland Open. King had been a professional snooker player for over 20 years. He surprised everyone by winning the title. King's victory was especially emotional because he had struggled with addiction and mental health issues in the past. He had even considered quitting snooker at one point. But he persevered, and he finally achieved his dream of winning a ranking title. After the match, King was visibly emotional. He broke down in tears as he celebrated his victory. He also dedicated the win to his family and friends who had supported him through his difficult times.
tears, I can tell you, in his eyes. It means the world to him. It means everything to him. Mark King is the champion in Belfast. One of the most dramatic finals you will ever see, and it's Mark King.
Luca Brecel's emotional World Championship triumph. Luca Brecel's victory in the 2023 Kazoo World Snooker Championship. Brecel was the youngest player to reach the final since Stephen Hendry in 1990, and he became the first player from mainland Europe to win the title. Brecel's victory was especially emotional because he had been struggling with his form in the lead-up to the tournament. He had lost in the first round of the previous two World Championships, and he was ranked outside the top 16 in the world, but he put all of that behind him to produce a stunning run to the title. In the final, Brecel faced Mark Selby, the defending champion and world number 1. Brecel won the match 18-15, and he became the first player since Ronnie O'Sullivan in 2001 to win the title without dropping a session.
Well, it doesn't matter about the yellow. He's made his time. Round of applause for Mark Selby, and this crowd going absolutely mad.
Incredible emotion from Ronnie O'Sullivan revealed after 7th world title. Ronnie O'Sullivan was visibly emotional after winning his 7th world title. He broke down in tears as he spoke to Eurosport's Rob Walker. O'Sullivan had been through a lot in the lead-up to the tournament. He had been struggling with his form, and he had lost his father a few months earlier. But he put all of that behind him to produce a brilliant performance in the World Championship. He beat some of the best players in the world, including Judd Trump in the final, to claim the title. O'Sullivan's victory was a reminder that he is still the best snooker player in the world. He is a genius with a cue, and he has a natural talent for the game. But he is also a very emotional player, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. O'Sullivan's victory was a truly special moment, and it is one that he will never forget. It was also a great moment for snooker, and it showed that the sport is still in good health.
In this final, Ronnie O'Sullivan has proved without doubt that he's the greatest player in the world.
Alex Higgins Emotional Snooker. The 1982 World Snooker Championship final between Alex Higgins and Ray Reardon is considered by many to be one of the most emotional snooker moments of all time. The match was played at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield, England, and it was a close contest throughout. Higgins, the defending champion, was the favourite going to the match, but Reardon was a wily veteran who was always dangerous. The match was tied at 13-13 after the first 26 frames, and it went all the way to the final frame. In the final frame, Higgins needed a snooker to win the match. He got the snooker he needed, and then he proceeded to make one of the greatest breaks in snooker history. Higgins potted 14 reds and 14 blacks, and he finished the break with a long blue to win the match 18-17. The crowd erupted into cheers as Higgins summed the final black, and Higgins himself was overcome with emotion. He, joined by Ray Reardon, started to cry, and he was soon joined by his family, who congratulated him on a great match.
Fantastic. And the Embassy World Snooker Champion for 1982 is Alex Miracle Higgins.
Emotional David Gilbert. David Gilbert played a tremendous match, but he made a mistake on that safety shot. He should have pushed the red past the middle pocket, but he decelerated on it and left it too close. This gave John Higgins the chance to pot the red and get to snookers required. Higgins then went on to win the match and book his place in the final. It was a heartbreaking defeat for Gilbert, but he can be proud of his performance. He played some great snooker, and he was only beaten by one of the best players in the world. He will be back next year, and he will be looking to go one better. Gilbert was visibly upset after the match, and he could be seen shaking his head and wiping away tears. He spoke to the BBC after the match and said that.
Did you enjoy it?
I've loved every minute of it since I've been here, you know. Come here as no expectations. I like to be a seed for the first time. Just, you know, I went very well my first game, scraped through that. But to end up here in the one table against John, it was an honour to play him. He's an absolute legend of the game.
Ding Junhui Shanghai Masters. Ding Junhui was very emotional after winning the Shanghai Masters. He broke down in tears after he won the match. Ding is a very popular player in China, and he has been through a lot in his career. Winning the Shanghai Masters was a huge moment for Ding. It was his first major title in over 2 years. It was a sign that he is still one of the best players in the world. It was also a chance for him to win a title in front of his home fans. Ding's reaction after winning the match was very genuine. He was overwhelmed with emotion, and he was able to express his feelings in a way that most people can relate to. It was a reminder that snooker is more than just a game. It is a sport that can bring people together and create moments that will be remembered for years to come.
小辉说两句吧。 其实，我不想结束。
Joe Perry's emotional moment with his dad. In the final of the Welsh Open, Perry, one of the best players in the world. Perry played some of the best snooker of his career, and he eventually won the match 9-8. After the match, Perry was reunited with his father, Peter. Peter had been a huge supporter of Joe's throughout his career, and he was clearly proud of his son's victory. Joe embraced his father, and the two of them shared a moment of pure joy. The emotional moment between Joe and his father was a reminder of the importance of family in snooker. Snooker is a demanding sport, and it can be easy to lose sight of the things that are truly important. However, Joe's victory showed that the love and support of family can help players to achieve great things.
Yeah, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, could it? And he's been a great snooker player over the years. But make no mistake, he's played...
Snooker is a sport that can evoke a wide range of emotions, from joy to despair, excitement to disappointment. But it is also a sport that can bring people together and create moments that will be remembered for years to come. The moments listed in this video are just a few examples of the many emotional moments that have happened in snooker. They are all special in their own way, and they all show the power of the game to connect with people on a deep level. I hope you enjoyed this look at some of the most emotional moments in snooker history. If you're a fan of the sport, I encourage you to check out some of these moments for yourself. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching.